Are you afraid of looking like the Hulk or any other sort of mutant if you take protein powders? Hey everyone, and welcome to 360 with Pat. Before we start, remember to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any video. Have you ever been told to take some protein powder supplement, but you're afraid to turn into those green-looking monsters you see in bodybuilding competitions? Or maybe one of your close relatives is taking this while training, and then you are still always concerned for their health and don't want them to have brain problems or liver problems or kidney problems, and especially you don't want them turning into some weird kind of mutant? The most common form of available protein powders is whey protein. How is whey protein made? Basically, we get the milk, we take it to the factory, and then we pasteurize it. Once we pasteurize it, the process of cheese making starts. The first product into transforming milk into cheese is called the curd. It's made of 80% casein and 20% whey. Now, through a process, whey is separated from casein, it's then dehydrated and is then filtered following different forms, and eventually it's turned into a powder. And this is the powder you actually go and purchase. It's made of pure protein, and it's a complete span of proteins containing all the essential amino acids that the body needs in order to properly function. There are also other types of protein powders available on the market made from vegetables, chickpeas, soy, and the list goes on. So protein powders are basically no different from any protein you get from your food. Roughly a can of tuna can hold around 30 grams of proteins, and a good 200 gram steaks has somewhere around 35 to 40 grams of protein. Following the common myth logic, anyone consuming any product that has protein inside of it should be turning then into a Hulk or a monster. But this is not the case. I mean, we all eat proteins and we're not green nor humongously big. So what's the catch? The huge athletes you look at and you're afraid of turning into actually consume steroids. And steroids are a totally different thing than proteins. Steroids are basically molecules that exist in our bodies and that we can synthesize. The most common steroid that is used in order to achieve huge mass and huge size are typically derivatives of testosterone or a mimic of testosterone. They are androgenics. These chemicals, when absorbed, will tell your muscles and your bones to grow thicker, stronger, denser, and oftentimes way beyond the normal range. And that's the main difference between protein consumption and steroid consumption. Think of steroids as your body going into supercharged mode, mostly artificially induced. We need proteins to build muscle mass if we train properly, but we also need proteins in order to produce nearly everything in our body, from our immune cells to our hair to our skin cells, and the list goes on. So if the food you are eating lacks the amount of protein needed in order for you to reach your daily requirement, then supplementing with any form of protein is only but beneficial. Remember, everything in excess has bad side effects. But when properly consumed, these protein powder not only are safe, but are actually needed. Failing to have the right amount of proteins needed for your daily intake will actually jeopardize your bodily function, or simply it will affect negatively your performance. So the next time you see someone you know take their protein powders before hitting the gym, do not be afraid of them turning green or blue or yellow for that matters. They will not become mutants. And if your dietitian advises you to supplement with protein powders, know that it is completely safe and it's actually a must to be in a good health. So today we demystified the difference between proteins and steroids, and it is worthwhile noting that steroids are illegal in most countries. So make sure to get yourself some high quality proteins free from additives and bad sweeteners, and don't be afraid of taking them if you need them. So thank you for listening to this video. If you like the content, please don't forget to hit a like, leave me a comment. If there are some subjects you would like to know more about, don't forget to ask me. That's what I'm here for. And until then, stay strong.